let's see if Instacart is a good way to make money. Hi everyone, my name is Luba and I'd like to explore if being an Instacart shopper is a decent way to make money.
Here comes the money!
As in the last video with DoorDash that I did a couple of weeks ago that you can check out on the channel, I did 2 rounds of driving. One was in the suburbs and one was in the city because I want to compare which geographical part is a better way to make money doing a driver delivery job. I'm currently staying in a hotel in Los Angeles because I was celebrating my birthday here and I'm about to fly to Mexico to a founder's house there, but I did my Instacart experience in the Bay Area, in South Bay and in San Francisco. There's 2 ways to work for Instacart. One is being a full service shopper, which means that you fully complete the shopping order for the customer, and as a result, after paying for the shopping order, you get to deliver the order to the customer. And the second way to make money on Instacart is just to be a deliverer. You have to pick up the order that someone has already completed in the store and then you just deliver and drop it off at the location. The batch payment that Instacart pays you has a bunch of different factors that are calculated into it. It takes into account how long it takes you to shop, how complicated the order is, and also how much you drive to the drop-off location. Instacart says that they pay you 60 cents per mile. Looks like no batches are available right now, and batches are when you have multiple orders at the same time so that you can just pick up a batch and go. That's my understanding. Okay, batches in my area, so the batch you like. Oh cool, you get to pick out which batch you can shop. Okay, now I clicked start shopping. Oh cool, here are the orders. Look, $16 in San Jose. One full service order, I assume means that you have to shop. Okay, let's go. Okay, I'm grabbing the first order. Slide to accept. Wow, $19 Instacart payment and $9 tip. Wow. Welcome to your first Instacart order. Okay, I'm so excited, and I'm super excited because I actually get to shop at a grocery store. That's what the most exciting part to me about Instacart is, and you know, maybe it's because this is my first time doing it. Maybe after like a couple of orders, I'd be so done with it. But the reality is that I love walking around the grocery store and like looking at the produce and stuff. So I'm pretty excited. I've got my Instacart goodies, my amazing Instacart badge over here, and the card that I'm gonna be paying for the orders. I'm ready to go. Okay guys, I can't really look in the camera and talk because I'm driving, but we're on our way to Sprouts, which I love. It's kind of like a more farmers market Whole Foods. I'm not sure whom we're delivering to, but we're picking up 40 items and I'm super excited. It's gonna be fun. Okay, thanks. Guys, we're in a simulation. This is a game. First delivery is about to start. Let's do it. Okay guys, I'm exhausted. I might do another one in the city to compare. But next up I think we're gonna do Amazon Prime maybe. So let's run the numbers. Instacart paid me $19.10, and that accounts for the shopping, the actual shopping experience, and the distance that I spent driving. I did spend 9.5 miles driving from the store to the shopping location. However, keep in mind that Instacart does not factor that in. They only factor in the distance that you spent from the store to the delivery drop-off point. And that was only 0.6 miles, so let's round up and assume they paid me $1 for it. So they paid me $18.10 for the actual shopping experience, which is right above minimum wage. Pretty decent. And tips were huge. $9.24 plus, you know, the $19.10 from Instacart almost is $30. So tips are huge. And that was my experience with DoorDash. The bigger the tip is, the more it's worth it to do the delivery. On the consumer side, I really like the fact that they asked the shopper to weigh everything, to calculate the quantity, and to enter all of those little little details in, because then as a consumer, you actually understand what you're paying for, what your shoppers spend time on, and you have a lot more clarity for what you're spending your money on. However, on the shopper side, that is like a huge time wasting experience. Another thing that I would definitely recommend Instacart to add into the app, and that would hugely improve the shopper's experience, plus I don't think it's gonna take Instacart that much time and effort to do, is adding a grocery store map. You know, every grocery store is laid out differently, and if I'm not constantly going to that store, it can be very, very hugely confusing, as you could see with this order that I just completed. I had to run from the produce section to figure out where the ice cream section is, where the frozen food section is, where the baking store section is. It's like, oh man, this is like such a time-consuming experience. I would love to compare my shopping experience in South Bay, in the suburbs, to the shopping experience on Instacart in the city. The reality also is that a lot of drivers actually rent their cars specifically to be able to make money with this additional asset through these delivery apps. So in my case, I'm gonna go ahead and rent a car on Getaround to kind of get closer to this experience and see what the numbers would look like. Instacart round 2, and this time around in the city, because I do want to compare South Bay to the city to see where the unit economics makes the most sense. And this time around, I'm actually renting a car. So I just want to compare and see if it's worth it. And I'm doing a full service order here in San Francisco, and I have to go to Rainbow Grocery Store, which I actually love, so I'm pretty excited. So if we have enough time, I'm gonna see if there are any batches available for just delivery, so that we can also see what that experience is like. And here's the car. We're picking it up from the Getaround spot. The car was only $11 total. I'm renting it out for an hour. We're in the car. I think I adjusted the mirrors and everything since it's a rental, and I'm just on my way to the grocery store. And we're here. I found it. Looks like there is parking. Item number 1 is found. We got the broccoli, now onto peppers and oranges. Wow, I'm actually done, and I forgot how much money I'm making with this order. I think $15 or $20. This only took 20 minutes, and that is because I think everything was in the produce aisle and there were only 2 other random items in other aisles. So because everything was contained in one section, it was very, very quick. Thank you so much. So I'm pretty upset about something. Turned out that the person that I'm delivering to is 20-minute drive away. Oh, sorry, this is my Getaround. Check this out. Yeah, it's freaking like in the middle of nowhere. So it's not even in the city, it's South San Francisco. Now I see why no one wanted this delivery badge, because for like an hour worth of work, you're only getting like, I don't know, you can't even see in the app, which is kind of stupid as well. Another huge downside that I'm seeing with this is that you can't pick up multiple batches if you're already on a batch. And that just doesn't make much sense to me, because I saw that there was another batch at the same grocery store because I picked the one that I was just doing. So I technically, you know, could have shopped for 2 people at the same time and then dropped it off on my own time, like after I'm done with shopping. But I can't do that until I complete one batch. So that seems like a huge mishap, actually. Delivering this order, very nice residential area. This makes me learn a bit more about the surrounding areas. Okay, we've delivered. I shouldn't have been as harsh with the time. It actually only took 15 minutes to get here to South San Francisco. I think my natural reaction was, oh, whoa, this is so far. But in reality, time-wise, it was the same amount of time. I just had to take the highway, so it was further away distance-wise. However, if it was in the city, it would have been about the same time because of the traffic. Another thing in regards to the app that I'm quite unhappy about is the fact that, one, I have no idea how much money I actually made. Throughout this experience, because of me being on batch, I couldn't find anywhere how much money that batch was making me. You know, who knows, maybe I forgot, which I actually did. Why is that I can't see? And then another issue that I'm having now, so I'm just pulling up my app. You know, I've already completed this batch and it's not showing up in my past orders. That's really strange. So again, having already completed this order, I still have no idea how much money I made. Super strange. I'm gonna message my designer friend who works at Instacart and give her the feedback that I have for the app. But to be honest, I think compared to DoorDash, the app is pretty poor. I also think the app is like pretty clustered compared to DoorDash, and there is a lot of potential to improve it. So I'm pretty disappointed with this earnings experience in the Instacart app. Only after about an hour, I was able to find out how much I made in that batch that I completed. I don't understand why it doesn't propagate right away. So the total is $21.43, where the split is $15.94 from Instacart and $5.49 in tips. Not bad. So the distance between the store and the drop-off location was 9.6 miles, which let's calculate how much Instacart paid me for that. So 9.6 miles multiplied by 0.6, so 60 cents per mile, is $5.76. The rest, about $10, is what Instacart paid me for the actual experience in the store. Now let's factor in my car rental expenses. $19.14. For the video purposes, I'm gonna subtract the $2 booking extension fee. I had to pay $1 each time I extended, and that was kind of unprecedented that I had to extend. So it comes down to $17.14. That's a lot. So now if we run the numbers, I made $21.43 on Instacart. So we subtract $17.14 and I'm left with just $4.29.
When you try your best but you don't succeed.
So in that hour-long experience, I only made $4.29 after we subtract the car rental fee. Of course, I'm going to assume that I paid a little more for the car rental than I should have if I, was actually doing this for a living, because I was renting the car on hourly basis. So if we extrapolate that, if we recalculate and assume that the car rental was cheaper, I would imagine that this hourly Instacart rate would come a little closer to minimum wage. So maybe I would be making $10 an hour, which is not super terrible, but also not amazing. Overall, what I'm really enjoying about testing these apps that allow you to make money quickly is looking at the two-sided marketplace. And what is a little sad to see is that shopper or driver experience is a lot worse usually than the consumer experience. And that came to me in seeing and testing out the Instacart shopper app. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, don't forget to give this video a like and consider subscribing to this channel. I'm planning to do more of these little experiments with potentially driving Uber as well. I've wanted to do that for a long time. I hope you found this useful and have a wonderful, wonderful day as always. Bye for now.